Thinking of going to Texas Roadhouse? You might want to slow down first. Here's everything you should and shouldn't do before digging into that next steak feast. As soon as you take a seat at Texas Roadhouse, you'll be greeted with a basket of rolls. That might sound pretty standard. After all, who really gets excited about restaurant bread? But these rolls have earned their legendary status for a reason. They're packed with flavor, incredibly soft and fluffy, and served warm thanks to being baked every 5 minutes.
This is gonna be the cheesiest thing I've ever said, but I swear we make them with love.
Even better, your server will keep those rolls coming as long as you're munching on them. But here's a key Texas Roadhouse rule. No matter how tempting, don't fill up on the bread. If you devour a basket or two before your main dish arrives, you're practically asking for trouble. Portions here are massive. Steaks come with 2 generous sides, and if you're going for ribs or country fried chicken, expect a mountain of food on your plate. You definitely don't want to peak before the star of the show. Sure, enjoy a roll or two to start, but think of them as a teaser, not the main attraction, because when your entree arrives, you're going to want room to dig in. At Texas Roadhouse, there's one golden rule you don't break. Never speak ill of Willie Nelson.
It doesn't say Texas, it's not Texas Roadhouse.
The iconic country star's connection to Texas Roadhouse began when he befriended the chain's late founder, Kent Taylor. Their bond kicked off at a Farm Aid concert, followed by poker games and a lasting friendship. That relationship, and Willie's legendary status, are why you'll spot a Willie's Corner in many Texas Roadhouse restaurants. It's a tribute space filled with memorabilia. Think photos, autographed guitars, and lyrics on display. So when a Willie Nelson tune drifts through the speakers while you're digging into your ribs, take a second. It's more than just background music. It's the spirit of the place. And if Willie's not your jam, no worries. You can still enjoy your meal in peace. Just remember, you're dining in his symbolic home, or his actual one if you're at the South Austin location, which he co-owns. If you're not familiar with Texas Roadhouse, don't toss your peanut shells on the floor might sound like a no-brainer.
Why would you do that?
But for a long time, that was actually part of the charm. Throwing peanut shells onto the ground fit right in with the restaurant's rough and rowdy, Western-style vibe. And honestly, it was oddly satisfying. These days, though, even though they still hand out peanuts, floor tossing is firmly off limits. The change came down to a mix of practical issues, allergy risks, slippery floors, and health regulations. It just wasn't a sustainable tradition. While a few locations hung on to it longer than others, almost all have since nixed the shell-strewn floors. Try it now, and you're more likely to get side-eye from the staff than nostalgic smiles. And someone might set you straight. Craving a calm, peaceful meal? Then here's a tip. Steer clear of Texas Roadhouse. This place thrives on loud, lively energy, and it's not trying to tone it down. You'll hear the music pumping, spot birthday celebrations at every turn, and watch servers break into choreographed dances right in the middle of the dining room.
Roadhouse. Roadhouse.
All that loud, high-energy chaos? It's not just tolerated, it's part of the Texas Roadhouse experience. The goal is to make you feel like you've walked into a party, not a quiet, sit-down meal. For many guests, especially families with kids or groups celebrating something big, that's exactly the appeal. But for others, it can be a bit much. If you're hoping for a deep heart-to-heart conversation or a low-key catch-up, the non-stop noise might wear you down. In fact, some folks have even speculated that the lively atmosphere is by design, to keep things moving and discourage diners from lingering at their tables for too long.
If you're ready for a good night of fun and partying, go to the Texas Roadhouse. They know how to do it right.
That said, it's a managed kind of madness. The staff move fast, stay friendly, and keep a close eye on things even with all the hustle. Most visitors come knowing exactly what to expect. The key is to match your mood to the atmosphere. If you're craving steak, tunes, and a bit of entertainment, Texas Roadhouse is your spot. But if you're looking for soft lighting and silence, it's probably best to look somewhere else. Here's a little surprise. Texas Roadhouse isn't actually from Texas.
Say what?
Believe it or not, Texas Roadhouse actually got its start in Clarksville, Indiana, back in 1993. The founder, Kent Taylor, hailed from Kentucky, not Texas. While it's not exactly a secret, it's probably best not to mention this while you're chowing down. For a brand that leans so heavily into Texas pride, cowboy boots, BBQ vibes, and Lone Star imagery, it can feel like a bit of a party pooper. That said, the restaurant goes all in on the Texas theme. From the country tunes to the rustic wood interiors, the mounted longhorns, and even the servers' line dancing, every detail is meant to transport you to a bustling roadhouse near San Antonio. And honestly, they usually nail it, even if it's a bit obvious. So here's the unwritten rule. Just roll with it. If someone at your table decides to Google the backstory, no harm done. Just don't act like you've uncovered a scandal or they might round up a posse and show you the door.
And stay out!
Texas Roadhouse is known for its hand-cut steaks, but it's worth remembering that not every cut is created equal. That's not to say any of them are bad. Far from it. The menu is packed with well-seasoned, generous portions. But if you're particular about tenderness or flavor, choosing wisely can make all the difference. One steak you might want to skip is the Porterhouse T-bone. Since Texas Roadhouse doesn't have a bone saw on site, this is the only cut not sliced fresh in-house. So while it's not necessarily a poor choice, it won't be quite as fresh as the other steaks, which are cut daily by the in-house butcher. If you're unsure what to order, the ribeye is a tried-and-true favorite, along with the sirloin and New York strip. Don't hesitate to ask your server for advice. They've usually tried every cut and can guide you to the best option for your taste. How you like your steak cooked also matters, and the staff can help you nail that too. After all, they're the experts. Most restaurants happily serve lunch during the week, but Texas Roadhouse plays by different rules. If you stroll in hungry at noon on a Tuesday, you'll find the doors locked and the dining room dark. That's because Texas Roadhouse only offers dinner service Monday through Friday, saving lunch for weekends only. One big reason for this is to give the staff a better work-life balance. It also helps cut costs by avoiding slow weekday lunch hours. Plus, Texas Roadhouse prides itself on made-from-scratch cooking. There's an in-house butcher and baker, and none of those sides come from the microwave. That level of prep work would be tough to juggle if they stayed open for lunch every day. But hey, there's a silver lining. The limited lunch hours make dining at Texas Roadhouse feel special, more like an event than a quick stop. And if you're craving a midday meal there, just plan your visit for Saturday or Sunday. When you step into a Texas Roadhouse and notice that glass display filled with raw steaks, it might look like just a decoration, but it's actually part of the experience. You can walk right up, pick out the exact cut you want, and have it cooked just for you. The staff behind the counter will even give you a ticket to hand off to your server, so there's no mix-up. This display lets diners check out the marbling and size of each steak, choosing the one that catches their eye. It's one of the things that sets Texas Roadhouse apart from other steakhouses, especially the more budget-friendly ones. Plus, it highlights a big point they like to emphasize. They're in-house butchers. Every restaurant has a skilled meat cutter on site who prepares the steaks fresh each day. That's pretty rare for a chain. And it's part of why Texas Roadhouse steaks often stand out from the competition. So next time you're waiting to be seated, take a stroll over to the display and see what looks good. You'll be sure to pick a winner. Texas Roadhouse isn't the spot for low-key birthdays. If you're hoping for a quiet slice of cake and a single candle, it's probably best to celebrate elsewhere. This place loves making a big deal out of birthdays, so if you want to avoid the spotlight, keep it on the down low. On the flip side, if you're ready to celebrate with a bang, make sure to let your server know. Once they're in the loop, they'll roll out the iconic birthday saddle to make the occasion unforgettable.
Wait, what? You heard me.
Yep, it's a real saddle fixed onto a wooden frame. The birthday honoree hops on as servers announce the celebration to the whole restaurant, followed by a loud round of applause and plenty of yeehaws. It's definitely embarrassing, but in that good, unforgettable kind of way. And it's not just a cheesy gimmick. Texas Roadhouse's whole thing is crafting memorable moments, especially for families and kids. So it's no surprise that some folks make a special trip just to experience the birthday saddle tradition. While the steaks definitely steal the show at Texas Roadhouse, the sides are the real unsung heroes. You'd be missing out if you brushed them off. With most entrees, you get 2 sides, giving you plenty of chances to try something new or stick with your favorites. So, what's worth ordering? The baked sweet potato, loaded with cinnamon butter and marshmallows, is a bold, sweet option. The house salad might not get much hype, but it's fresh, balanced, and topped with crisp croutons. Don't overlook the seasoned rice either. It's simple but packed with flavor. However, the standout has to be the loaded baked potato, piled high with cheese, bacon, and sour cream for a filling treat. Other tasty options include green beans, buttered corn, steak fries, and sautéed mushrooms. If you're looking for a hearty steak dinner without breaking the bank, the Texas Roadhouse Early Dine Deal is a great option. Offered at most locations Monday through Thursday before 5 p.m., it features a smaller menu but still serves up full-size portions at a friendlier price. The deal lets you pick from select entrees and 2 sides, though not every dish makes the cut. Early Dine mains include a 6-ounce sirloin steak, country fried sirloin, pulled pork, and herb-crusted chicken, with sides like buttered corn, baked potatoes, and green beans. Prices usually range from $8.99 to $12.99, depending on the location and meal choice. Don't expect smaller portions just because it's a deal. These meals are just as generous as the regular dinner options, but at a discount. So if you like avoiding the dinner rush and saving some cash, Early Dine feels like a little win.